Okay, the Port Commission has gathered. I will call our meeting to order. I will start with introductions. I'm Commissioner Kyle Markstrom.
I'm Commissioner Julie Shafley.
Commissioner Peter LaFont.
Amy Graber, Port staff.
First item on the agenda for today is approval of today's agenda.
I move to approve the agenda of December 17th as written.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next item on the agenda is good of the order public comment. This time during the Port Commission meeting is for public comment. This portion of public comment is for non-agenda items. Then there will be time later on in the meeting to comment on agenda items where action will be taken. The Port Commission welcomes and encourages your comments and participation. However, public comment is not the time for the commission to answer questions. If you have a question and would like a follow-up at a later time, please leave us your contact information. For those attending remotely or those who are unable to attend, please submit your written comments to agraber@portofcentralia.com before 2 p.m. the day of meetings. We are lucky to live in a great community where we are all passionate about making this a great place to live. While we might not always agree on how to achieve that, it is important we recognize we can all be passionate about our ideas while respecting one another. You'll have 3 minutes for your comments. If you reach your time limit, I will ask you to wrap up. Please stand at the podium to give your comment. And if you have a specific records request, please see Port staff so we can get you the information you require. The first person we have signed in for public comment is Scott Tennant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Board Commissioners, Board staff, my name is Scott Douglas Tennant. I am a Chehalis resident. Last week I attended the Chehalis Port meeting, and at the Chehalis Port meeting, at the beginning of the meeting, we went around and introduced everyone throughout the whole meeting. And as I was the only citizen from Chehalis, during the public comment, I was asked if I wanted to make public comment. I told them no. They thanked me for coming, and we went on to other business. But after each agenda item during the meeting, the commissioners asked the public and anyone in the meeting if they had any comment or any questions. And it occurred to me that maybe if Director Heaton had done that 5 years ago, we wouldn't have the Facebook committee. Commissioner Shafley would still be a commissioner, and this chaos wouldn't be ensuing all of us. Thank you for your time.
The next person we have signed in for public comment is Gary Odegaard.
I'm Gary Odegaard, resident of Centralia. I have two main comments. One is on the hiring of the interim director. That should be by the new commission, should not be by the outgoing commission, in my opinion. I've had a lot of experiences in Olympia, at the college, various activities, jobs in that area. I've come to that conclusion. Also, that negotiating the settlement of the outgoing director should be by the full commission, not just the president, and preferably the new commission. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person we have signed in is Jan Vanovich.
Dan Banovich, Centralia. There's concerns that the port may not be honoring the terms of Executive Director Kyle Heaton's employment contract, which clearly states that if he's not terminated for cause, the port should, and I quote, "Port shall give the employee," which is Kyle Heaton, "a minimum of 60 days prior written notice before terminating employment." End quote. Port terminated Executive Director Heaton on December 3rd, but allowed him to work apparently until December 31st, which falls short of the required 60 days. This raises the questions about the reasoning behind a decision, as it could be seen as a breach of his contract and potentially open the door for legal action by former Executive Director Kyle Heaton. If he were to successfully sue the port, it might cost the port and taxpayers a 4-year payout instead of a 2-year payout. Will the port please share the settlement details with the citizen owners during today's meeting? Thank you.
Thank you. That is everybody we have signed in. Is there anybody else in attendance who would like to provide public comment? Please step to the podium.
Just two quick things. First of all, I just
State your name for the record, please.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Cynthia Mudge, resident of Chehalis and director of the Centralia Chehalis Chamber. I was fortunate enough to be part of a tour of Unified, and I just kind of wanted to share. This is the first time I've seen some of their automated parts and met some of their staff. We have before. Thomas was one of the best ones we've seen in a while. Fantastic staff. It was a really, it's just a really amazing operation. I've never seen such a clean facility in my life. I think it rivaled some of our hospitals. And it's truly a gem, I think, of this port having them here. It was really uplifting, kind of meeting them and seeing their operation and meeting their staff. So I wanted to share that because it's truly a great opportunity that we had. I appreciate it. The other thing is, the only thing on my list is tomorrow is a ribbon cutting, yes, but it's for the Chronicle and their new space, which we're all kind of excited to see. And they are also doing the business after hours, so everyone is invited. It's always, the December one is always fun. So a fun event to attend, and we have the ugly sweater contest going on. So I encourage people, if they want to see the inside and have a good time, to come join us.
What time?
Oh, that's good. The ribbon cutting's at 4:45, and the event itself is 5 to 7.
Good. Thank you.
Mr. Marks, I'm going to read them on the list. Checked off.
You didn't check it off, but that's okay. Step to the podium.
Thank you very much. I thought it Dr. Whittam Ross, maybe I marked the wrong box. Hey, my name is Elizabeth Cameron from Centralia. Good afternoon, commissioners. I appreciate your time today and this purpose of public speaking. In my opinion, an option to handle the matter of termination of Mr. Heaton could amicably be resolved by Mr. Heaton retiring with consideration of service, severance and tenure. Reason given for his unwillingness to work with the newly elected is not valid because there is no work history and it has not occurred yet until January 2026. Therefore, I request that the motion of Mr. Markstrom terminating Mr. Heaton and appointing himself as negotiator be rescinded due to Mr. Markstrom's inability to be impartial and emotional and tearful display at the last port meeting. Obviously, you've built up a really great rapport with him and I can appreciate that. So it was, very sad to see you being so emotionally and tearfully upset about the whole thing. And therefore, I don't believe you can be really an impartial negotiator on behalf of the taxpayers. And I want to remind each and every commissioner here that your boss is the taxpayer and not the student. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else who would like to provide public comment? Please step to the podium.
Good afternoon. Ryan Dow, Centralia. And definitely nothing personal, but I think with the remarks regarding with the will of the voters, that probably the president of the commission should be stepping down also. And that makes kind of a clean start. And the atmosphere and not enough transparency perceived by us taxpayers you've been a part of for the last couple of years since
I was also elected by the same community.
Right. No. True. And I like you. but I think we should get a clean start. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, thank you. I will briefly respond to Ms. Cameron's public comment. You are correct. I was very emotional at the last meeting. It was a sad event to make that motion. While I do have a relationship with Executive Director Heaton and all the employees of the port, as well as fellow commissioners and other members of this community, I'm truly heartbroken for this community because I see it as the end of a tenure of great success and development for my community, the community I care so much about. So many people I know are employed by the port, have made livings to support their families, and have been benefactors to the development and all of the success that the port has had over the last 20 years. And quite honestly, I feel like that continued success is in jeopardy. And for that, I have significant emotional angst. Thank you for your comments. Next item on the agenda for today is approval of the minutes for the December 3rd, 2025 meeting.
I move to approve the minutes of the December 3rd, 2025 regular meeting as written.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I have a little
Oh,
discussion.
sorry, go ahead.
I wish to rescind my vote on the termination of the director. I had 15 minutes advance notice on this topic, and it was unclear to me why we would release an employee that had such a done such a great job for the board. I was looking forward to the chance to have some accountability, communication, and transparency going into the future, and I think we've lost that opportunity. Thank you.
Can a vote be rescinded?
Well, we have a point of order issue is that you have a motion on the minutes.
Okay.
And I was speaking to the minutes.
Are you trying to amend the minutes?
No, I'm not.
So you need to do what the motion is on the floor.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented.
So I have a question before we go ahead. So when would it be appropriate for me to rescind?
Under new, and it would need to be a new motion, a new action item
Okay.
that you need to propose.
Okay,
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item we have on the agenda is warrants.
move to approve the warrants 24695 through 24718 for $213,653.33.
I second.
We have a motion and a second to approve warrants. Is there any commission discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item we have before us is a lease agreement with Engel Holdings for 3707 Galvin Road. Anything from staff?
Yeah, this lease agreement, is with Inco Holdings. It's currently a tenant of the ports. They needed additional space. We had that current tenant moving out in that, at 3707, and they also lease the yard at lots 47 and 48. And so it just happened to work out. The term is for 3 years following the terms of their other lease agreement that they have with the port for their other building. And it commences on January 1st, 2026. I'd ask for your.
I move to approve the lease agreement for Ingalls Holding at 3707 Galvin Road.
And additional lots.
You want to list the lots just for the,
I guess
as
that's
it's
good.
written on the agenda, just to be.
Oh, okay. And lots 47 and 48.
I second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further commission discussion? Are there any members of the public in attendance that would like to provide public comment on this agenda item? Hearing none, I will close public comment.
I have a question. Maybe
Okay.
this for work. So who actually draws this up? Is it Van Ness Feldman or do we have additional counsel?
With additional counsel, we did not endorse that.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item we have on the agenda is appointment of interim director. As everybody knows, starting December 31st, we will no longer have an executive director. So at this time, we will need to appoint somebody to carry us forward until we can get a permanent director hired. I have spoken to our finance director, Miss Amy Graber, who is willing to step in and help us through the transition. So at this time, I would like to make a motion to appoint Amy Graber, our finance director, as interim executive director at the same base salary as our executive director position.
I second.
Any commission discussion? I want to note, I understand the tone in the room, and I want to respect the new incoming commission. We need somebody to carry the torch now. The new commission in January or at any time in the future can appoint another interim executive director. We're not signing a contract with Ms. Graber. She has graciously said that she would step in and help us at this time. But if the new commission in January decides they want to have somebody else as the interim executive director, there's nothing stopping the new commission from doing that. So,
Yeah,
that's
very open to discussion now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my only issue with this is the salary rate, because I think we're way out of line with our salary.
$217,000 a year is way out of line.
Mhm.
Interesting. I think we received the salary survey from WPPA earlier this year. I encourage you to look at that. I know there's lots of ports local to us and not far from us. Port of Ridgefield, for instance, I think their previous executive director made north of 217,000. You know, I think it's there's many ports that pay in that same range. And I don't think it's out of line at all. So it's commensurate. It's generally standard practice when you have an interim to pay the same rate that the previous director was doing the job at. Again, the commission can set the salary for the new executive director at whatever the commission desires. And that can be handled at that time. But the motion on the table that I have made and has been seconded is to do it at the base salary of executive director, what our previous executive director made, and that's 217,000 a year. Any other commission discussion?
Yes, I am full agreement of this because we do need continuity. We have the knowledge, the wisdom, and the experience of Amy to help with the transition. And without that, there is going to be a huge learning curve. And I feel that this is the prudent thing to do. And also with the added, not only what she is doing normally as the financial, she's going to be burdened with a lot of other things, a lot of other matters that, and she should be compensated for that.
You know,
I will say I have full faith in Ms. Graber to do this job. And my only objection is the wage rate, and I think we're way out of line before. And I would like to see about relaying.
It'll be interesting to see who you can hire as a new executive director if you think that's way out of line. But I get it. I understand. I think this is a very complex business that's got a lot of intricacies and takes the right person to run it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We have a motion and a second. We've had commission discussion. Are there any members of the public that would like to provide public comment on this agenda item? Please step to the podium, state your name, and you'll have 3 minutes.
This is old man, 40 again. I didn't take my full 3 minutes before.
You get a new 3 minutes.
My comments earlier was nothing against cheerleading. I think a lot of it. So for the interim director now or later, that would be great. Thank you.
Anybody else? Please step to the podium.
Just want to say that I don't object to Amy being the interim director, but I do disagree with giving her the same salary that Director Heaton had. And I have seen the WPPA Richfield, and it was, if I remember right, it's not just. Very few, in fact, have as much salary as it had a high salary as Rutger Heaton for anything that was less than the size of Seattle, Tacoma, and whatever.
Thank you. Step the podium.
Brian Dow, Centralia. I think Amy's fully capable and the salary sounds good to me on an interim basis, but I think that waiting until the first meeting of January, and at that time, let the three commissioners decide if that's who they want. And probably by then, you're gonna need somebody stepping in quickly, but in the meantime, it seems like she'd be addressing whatever needs to be addressed without actually naming her today, without that new commissioner in place. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Please step to the podium.
Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Jennifer West, Centralia citizen. I'd just like to say, Amy might be a very competent person to take over for the interim. But I disagree with the salary too. She's not an engineer. She's not even been to college. She's never done anything as far as I know. If she has, let me know.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. Please, direct your comments at the commission.
I am.
You're talking about a staff member and
I'm talking about a staff member who's going to be taking over this position. And I think that a person who's in that salary should at least have the education behind her to do it for that salary. And that's, I don't mind that she's taking it over. I think it's great. Somebody has to do it, do the work, but not, she can't do the engineering part of it. And it takes an engineer to do what he does. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
hiring an engineer. Thank you. Please step to the podium.
Randy Mueller, Richfield, Washington. For the record, I do know how much the Board of Richfield CEO made, because that was me. And I did leave the Port of Richfield at 222,000 a year. So I do fully support Ms. Graber's appointment as interim executive director at this time. And I do not think the pay range is out of line with other ports. It is a very complicated matter to assess, for a port commission to assess what a port director is worth. There's many different metrics I think you have to look at, such as the number of facilities you have, the types of facilities, the assessed value of your port district, the number of FTEs working for you, et cetera. So there are a number of factors. In full disclosure, if the new commission in January runs an open process to pick an interim to move forward for a certain length of time, I would potentially be interested in throwing my hat in the ring for that. Semi-retirement is great, but I think I could help the port commission get set up, the next port commission. But at this time, you're right, you do need someone at the helm. January 1st, if a building catches on fire, then the city needs to know who to call. And you're in good hands there. Plus, I think it's very important that you retain some of that institutional memory because you've just lost a whole bunch. So, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Hearing none, I will close public comment. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Oppose?
Nay.
Motion carries 2-1. We will move on to commissioner reports. Commissioner Lamont.
I attended the city council, attended the county commissioner meeting. That's about it for me for this time.
Okay. I think, we had mediation scheduled with the county and the city last week. As we all know, we had some flooding happening in the community, so that meeting was canceled. It has not yet been rescheduled, but there is one on the books for January, so likely that will be the first meeting for mediation. I'm happy to report that the separation agreement with Executive Director Heaton was negotiated, has been executed pending a couple of signatures. that information will be available to the public at a future date. I do want to take a minute. I want to thank Commissioner Julie Shaffley for her 12 years of service to this port and the community, many more years to the community as a citizen, Rotary member, business owner, volunteer. It's been a pleasure to serve with you on the port. It's been a pleasure to get to know you. I was sad to see that you're not going to be on the Port Commission anymore, but I am excited that we can go enjoy a dinner together and get to know each other a little bit better, and foster our friendship. So really appreciate your steadfast leadership and professionalism. I've learned a lot from you, and looking forward to the future. Also want to former Executive Director Heaton's not here today. His final day will officially be December 31st. And I do want to thank him for his contributions to the port. The economic impact that was made to this community under Executive Director's Heaton's tenure is undeniable. While there has been consternation as of late, and that's evident by this new incoming commission, I don't think we can shy away from the impact that his capability in development and working with clients and bringing businesses to the community. There's no way to quantify all of the impacts, but I do know in 2006, when the coal mine shut down, this community was on a trajectory that looked pretty scary. And the port, with Kyle and his staff in tow, stepped up, and the Commissioner Shaffley, previous commissioners, really stepped up and carried that torch, brought a lot of businesses to this community, a lot of jobs to this community, and I look forward to seeing what we can achieve in the future. So I want to thank Executive Director Heaton for those contributions to this community, your contributions to this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank everybody for coming today. So to piggyback onto Cynthia's comments, I also went on the tour of UNFI with Amy and some other the city council members and other community members, and it was impressive. It was extremely impressive. UNFI is 70% automated, and it is amazing. So with the automation, I know there was a lot of questions about job loss because of automation. And in fact, there were no job losses at all. The jobs changed from being picking items, that type of thing, and getting orders together. They changed to mechanics, robotics, computer techs, and forklift operators. It was just amazing to see this. It was, as Cynthia said, it is so clean. It is extremely, extremely clean. It's amazing. And they have 570 employees. They have 35 openings, and they work with their employees. They have 4 10-hour shifts. So everybody has 3 days off in a row, which is very nice. And they also are a huge community asset. They have 1,700 volunteer hours this year. And that means cleaning up the roads. They cleaned up 5 fullers, they were saying. And this DC is the #1 in the nation of volunteer hours. So they are a huge asset to the community. Also, they have donated 1.7 million pounds of food this year to area food banks. 1.7 million pounds. And that is amazing. They also do volunteer work. They do food donations to the Veterans Museum. they're very involved with the community, and I was very, very impressed with them. And very impressed with the whole community of UNFI, and they were very, very welcoming and very generous. Also, another wonderful thing happening today, the first wall came up at LPC. So it's tilted up today, which is huge for our community, and I'm excited about that. And this being my last meeting, I feel very honored to be trusted to serve my community for the last 10 years, not 12, but 10 years. And I want
I'm
to.
sorry, yeah. Point on that.
I want to thank Kyle and Amy and Aaron and Caitlin for their hard work and help to give to the port, that they give to the port, to the community, and to me. And every one of you is exceptional in what you do. You are amazing. And with Director Heaton, Amy, and Aaron's knowledge and patience, I might add, I have learned so much in the last 10 years. They're wonderful teachers, and I now know more acronyms than I will ever use, trust me. And I also want to thank my fellow commissioners for the leadership they have given to the port and the community, and also for volunteering your time and expertise to the port. I'm extremely proud of all the accomplishments that the port team has brought to our community. We've brought great jobs, increased tax base, new retail businesses, great community involvement, flood mitigation, and most of all, a financially stable and growing port. Centralia and the surrounding community are greatly enriched by all that the port has achieved and will achieve in the future. And I want to thank you for the last 10 years, and I want to wish everyone a wonderful Christmas and a very blessed and prosperous new year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we will adjourn into an executive session to evaluate a complaint pursuant to RCW 4230.110(1)F. It is currently 3:32. We anticipate this to take 30 minutes, and we will reconvene at 4:02. I'm sorry, we're adjourning into executive session at this time.
Yeah.
No, with no decisions likely.
Ask your question.
At this time, we need to adjourn into executive session. Okay, it is 4:12. The Port Commission has gathered after executive session. There will be no action. There are no further items on the agenda. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Everybody
Thank you.
have a great day.